Hello, my name's Alexis, and today we're going to try out a foundation. I just have a sample of it. This is the Sunday Riley Influencer Foundation. I have this in the shade 160. I have heard a lot of very mixed reviews about this foundation, so I'm very curious to try it out for myself. My friend Jackie at work hated it, and she has dry skin, and then one of my other managers has more normal to oily skin, and she loved it. So I don't know if it's like a skin type thing. It's supposed to be for all skin types. I don't know. We're going to figure it out together. So, yes. Let's figure this out. So what I'm going to do, right now, my skin is normal to dehydrated. I'm not dry, but I am dehydrated. Let's see what happens. I'm a little worried, to be honest with you, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do, I am going to see if the primer makes a difference. So I'm going to use two different primers. So on one side, I'm going to use my usual, this is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, and then on the other side, I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover Primer, just to I think I'm going to do them this way, just to see if maybe the primer makes a difference in how this foundation wears. So maybe it's not so much like your skin type, but maybe the primer you're using. I don't know. But we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna put the Optical Illusion Primer on, a little bit more than that, on this side, because this is the side where I have pretty bad pores, so we'll make those go away a little bit more than the other side. So I'm going to put this on this side. And if you've never seen any of my foundation reviews before, I do always use a primer. I understand why people do foundation reviews without a primer. However, in my thinking is, if you're going to go out and about in your regular everyday life and use a primer, why wouldn't you test a foundation with a primer that you would normally use? Because if the foundation does poorly and you just dismiss it, and then you try it again with your regular primer and you're like, wow, this actually turned out great, then you're missing out on something. So that's just my thought. So anyways, that primer on that side, I'm going to put this primer on this side, if I can get anything out of it. Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to dot this on. And again, I have the shade 160, which I think might be okay for me, but who knows? Let's find out. So this is apparently a medium to full coverage foundation. It says, with your skin's health in mind. Alright, it's supposed to be like a healthier alternative to foundation, I guess. I don't really understand, but alright, Sunday Riley, whatever you think. This is formulated, what I thought was interesting was it says it is formulated without a word that I definitely can't pronounce, but I know it is a kind of silicone. However, this is still full of silicones. Like if you look in the ingredients, there's still, like if I go back up to the ingredients, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's lots of silicones in here. So I don't know why it makes a difference that that particular silicone is not in this foundation, but keep that in mind. Don't look at that and be like, oh, that means this is silicone free, because it is absolutely not. Absolutely not silicone free. But besides that one thing, it's also formulated without synthetic fragrance, talc, and gluten. So if you are gluten sensitive, this will be okay for you. Alright, looks good. It looks like skin. Color looks good too. I look very green today on the camera, sorry. But the color looks good. Definitely medium coverage on the first go around. Let me do the other side. Definitely looks like skin, like it doesn't look like I just put foundation on, which I like. So here's one layer all over. Definitely looks like skin. I'm definitely evened out, but I could definitely use, take a shot every time I say definitely, don't do that. But I could use a little bit more coverage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build it up kind of where I need the extra coverage. So I'm gonna put some here, and here, and here, and here. Anywhere else? A little bit here. Alrighty. Okay, so that is, I look so green. That's that. I wouldn't say this is definitely like the fullest full coverage I've ever used. Like you can still see this hyperpigmentation here, and I even put a little bit more, so there's like 3 layers right where this hyperpigmentation is, and it's still not fully covered, so I wouldn't call it full coverage. Like you can still see the hyperpigmentation up here also. So this is definitely a medium to like semi full coverage. I would not call this like flat out full coverage. So there's that. And as far as how it looks from side to side with the different primers, they look the same. It's not sitting any differently. So that's good too. So I am going to put on my regular concealer under my eyes real quick. This is the, I keep wanting to say Radiant Creamy. That is not what this is. This is a soft matte from NARS in Custard. So I'm just going to pop this under my eyes real quick. And then I'm setting like I normally would with my Mercier powder. So here's how it looks powdered. Doesn't look any different. I mean, it looks like skin, which I like. I just really wish I had a little bit more coverage from it. Like, I'm so annoyed that this is not covered after 3 applications. You're saying you're buildable to full and you're not, because this is not covered. And I definitely have foundations that will cover that hyperpigmentation there, so I don't know. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then check back in with you. It is currently 12:33. So I'll check in with you. That's time of application, so I'll check in with you a little later when I finish my face to see how it's all looking. Okay, I finished my makeup. It's been like a half hour. It's 1:09, so it's been like 40 minutes maybe. But I finished my makeup. The tutorial for this will be my last video. I have it linked down below. Looking at it, skin looks fine. I still wish I had more coverage, but I mean, it looks like skin. It hasn't like done anything funky or anything yet. Only had it on for 40 minutes. I would hope it hasn't done anything funky yet. From side to side, besides the fact that this side is a bit more pore filled than this side is, but that's because they're different primers. From side to side, the finish is the same, the look of it is the same, the color is the same, everything's the same. So we're gonna just watch throughout the day. I will check back in a few more hours after I have to leave my house. So after I go out and about and do whatever, I'll come back to you and see what it's looking like, if it's melted anywhere, if it's faded anywhere, if it's done anything weird. So yes, that's all I got. That's all I got for you right now. It looks fine, but I haven't been wearing it long. Hi, I'm back. I've been wearing this foundation, what time is it? For about 6 hours. And I realized as I was looking at the information on the website for this foundation, it just says long lasting, but it doesn't tell me how long lasting is. However, you look at my face, look at it, look at, I'm shiny. Your girl is shiny. So, and it's the same on both sides. I'm equally shiny on both sides of my face. If you remember, I put 2 different primers on, but I'm equally as shiny. So it's kind of not really melted around my nose, which usually would happen. It's like, but I'm just shiny. I'm just shiny. Like, isn't this supposed to like not make me shiny? Where is it? It says that stays fresh looking even through workouts or humidity. Maybe that's what I saw. I mean, what is their definition of fresh looking? Is shiny considered fresh looking? I don't know. Okay, here's why I'm mad. I feel like the claims and what the foundation actually does are not right. I don't know. Is it just me? Okay, how long is long wearing? Because this is 6 hours. And I feel like 6 hours isn't, in the scheme of your day, is not that long of a time. Like, figure you work a 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. And by hour 6, you're shiny. And you're not done yet. And consider you got up to put makeup on, so really, and then you have to go home, so consider you're like an 8 to 6, and so that's 10 hours, and by hour 6, you're shiny. See, do you see my thought process here? Do you see why I'm trying to understand what they mean by long wearing? As far as my pores go, they look fine. I mean, it says conceals pores, conceals redness, pores, and dark spots. We know that the dark spots is a lie. As for concealing pores, I don't think it really did that. I just can't believe how I look so shiny right now. Wow, this is a problem. I don't know. It hasn't like faded anywhere. Hasn't like fallen off my face or anything. I'm just so shiny. Look at how shiny that is. I've gotten closer. Do you see that? That's not highlighter. That's just shiny. Look at our chin. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wear this for a couple more hours and then I'll come back to you, but right now, it's not doing a good job.